Lori, it's January 11th, 2017. I can't believe how fast this month is going by. 2017, it's going to be a good year. I know that for many of us, it hasn't started that way. You know why? We had a bunch of different stuff going on in the atmosphere. We have the shifts going on. And if you're into astrology, I believe we had a retrograde in Mercury. And anybody who has ever really paid attention and experienced that can be really frustrating. And it can interfere sometimes with our manifestations. Now, please remember that if you God can overcome anything. He created the universal law the way it is, and he's the only one that can overcome it. So that's how we get miracles. If the laws of the universe are almost bypassed, or they are bypassed, and that's a miracle. But we do have the laws of the universe, as I posted a video about those before. So if you follow those laws, they're laws, they work every single time. Sometimes the time delay can really get to us, and it can be frustrating, and it's hard to keep the faith, and then in comes doubt, or in comes the negative entities talking in your ear. So then you can actually block your own manifestations. So sometimes we block them. If we are not strictly going by the laws and we are asking God, sometimes the answer is no. And sometimes it's just a time delay. So, with that being said, I want to tell you a couple different techniques on how to zap your manifestations and kind of make them come to pass even quicker. So, stand by. So, first of all, let's just go over the basics. And the three things that you need to fuel your manifestations and get them to physically manifest is belief, true beliefs. You have to have the truth, because if you're working on false beliefs, you're going to manifest something totally different. So you need belief, you need faith, and you need gratitude. Belief, when I'm talking about belief, I'm not talking in belief of the afterlife, belief in God, belief in universal law. I'm talking about old soul wounds, false beliefs that we have embedded in our subconscious, or that we have in our energy field around us. If these false beliefs are what's motivating us, then we are going to find that we're in a totally wrong mindset, and we are going to not even believe that we can manifest. We can't go beyond that first step if we can't get past belief. And you're going to find that if these soul wounds have kind of showed themselves, and if they're really at the if they're really coming to the surface and they're bringing themselves up again to create blocks, you're going to actually see around you in your life reasons and situations and people and events that are going to come to pass. It's like you draw them to yourself, that verify to you that those soul wounds are the truth. They are true beliefs, and you're never going to go beyond that no matter what you do. For instance, say that you're of the false belief that you will always be alone and that you're not worthy of having a relationship. And as these wounds, now we know we can heal them, we can get them at bay, but they scar. So sometimes those scars open, so we need to pay attention to that. So say you're feeling like that those are your soul wounds, but you've healed them, you've worked on them, you're aware of them. You need to stay in that awareness, because for some reason sometimes those scars open up, and what's going to happen is, say for the next 3 days, now those scars have opened up and they've started to become like wounds again, but you're not really aware of that. So you're going to run into people, events, different situations that verify to you that those old beliefs are true. Like, okay, you're never going to be with anybody, you're always going to be alone. So all of a sudden, the people that you were talking to, maybe all of a sudden they don't talk to you anymore. You go meet somebody on a date and he's a total jerk. your mother talks to you and says, "Oh no, you know what? Sometimes you're just better off alone. You made a mistake getting divorced." Whatever the case may be, all and they might seem like small, different incidents in your life, but it's just reinforcement, reinforcement, reinforcement that that false belief is true. If you are vibrating at a higher level, you're going to realize this. You're going to be aware of this, and you're going to say, "Oh, wait a minute. Those are my soul wounds coming at me." And you can go back and you can do the cleansing and you can kind of heal those up again. You got to have belief. If you don't have belief that the universal laws work, if you don't have belief that you are worthy, if you don't have belief that this stuff is real, then you might as well not even go beyond that. So we've got belief, you've got that all covered. So just be aware, walk in awareness. The second thing is faith. You must have faith. Faith that yes, God does want you to have this stuff. Yes, that this stuff is real and you can do it. Even when there's a time delay, you know, okay, I put it out there, it's coming to pass. It's coming. I don't know how. We leave that to God. We don't work that out, because if we start trying to step in there and do the hows, we're taking over, we're controlling, it's not going to work. We're creating blocks. And then the next thing is gratitude. And the reason gratitude is so important, for two reasons actually, because it opens your heart up. So you'll know that your motives are pure and this is what you really want. If you think about it, if you start listing things, just if you're feeling down and you just start listing things that you're grateful for, start with big things, and even little things, go down the list to even little things. And if you are in such a place that you can't think of even one, go down to basics. I'm breathing. I can see, I have eyesight. My legs work. And the more you do that, you will actually literally feel your vibration rise. You actually feel a lifting. You feel happier. You'll notice you can actually feel it. You can feel your vibration rising. And then also, when you list what you're grateful for, you're also going to run into, your mind is going to show you what you may be bitter about something, you may be walking in unforgiveness and you're not even aware of that. So through gratitude exercises, you're going to become aware of that. So those three things are needed. Okay, I just wanted to go over that really quickly. Now, what about if you put something out there and you definitely know it's going to come to pass, and you know, because this has happened before? That's another thing to do, is remind yourself of manifestations that have come to pass before. Because when the time delay comes into play, then all of a sudden, we've got, and remember, we do have negative entities that actually work against us. So our own mind, our own doubts, and then negative entities are whispering in your ear saying, this isn't going to happen, this and that. And remember, if we cancel that order through doubt, we have to start from square one again. So by listing gratitude, you can actually see this and see what happens and stop those doubts. And anyway, so now, okay, we've gotten that far, we're there, we know what we want, we've got the vision out there. Now, how do you boost it? Sometimes the time delay can drive you crazy. Sometimes it feels like, wait a minute, I don't have time for this. Now, we got to remember, God's always on time, but as human beings, we do get panicked sometimes. So what if you want to kind of zap your manifestation into going quick, quick, quick? Is there a way to do that? Yes, there is. Okay, so I'm just going to give you just a little exercise and try this and tell me what you think. So first of all, you've got your manifestation. You say, okay, I know what I want. And you don't have to be 100% specific, especially if you're talking about like a relationship. We tend to pick maybe a specific person. It's not really a good idea because we don't always know that that's the right person. But describe him or her, describe what you want. Describe the relationship. Actually feel yourself being in that relationship. If it's a relationship, maybe it's money, maybe it's a car. When it's material things, when it's actual material things, it's easier to be more specific. You can say, I want a green car with completely loaded, whatever. It's different when it's with a person or maybe a career or even a job. You might think your dream job is at this one company. Describe the job instead, because it might be at a different company and it might be even better for you. So think about that, okay? So you've got your manifestation, you know what it is you want. You're all good with that, and now you think, okay, I need it today or tomorrow. I need it to manifest quickly. How do I accelerate this? Sometimes it helps to have a partner. If and I know we've talked about it before. We don't want to talk about our manifestations. We don't want to tell people what we're doing only because they can add in their negative energy. But if you have somebody that's on the same wavelength as you, that will not be judgmental, will not put their negative thoughts in there, if you can really trust somebody to be like that and to totally understand the way this process works, sometimes it helps to have a partner. And one thing you can do is clean out your mind. Take, like, just like a bucket, or and I did it with an old cup the other day. Just as if you were going to get sick and your friend was going to get sick, and you throw the bucket in front of them. Well, nobody's going to get sick, but think about it. So first you want to have a clear mind. You want to clear your mind. That's what you do with the bucket. So if you have a partner, take turns doing this, and just go over anything that may be blocking your manifestation. Pick a time when you're going to get together and do this. Get together, both of you have your manifestation in mind, and just sit together and pick who's going to go first. And the one that goes first says whatever could be blocking the manifestation. Well, today I got caught in traffic and I was really upset, and it got me really frustrated, and I got all worked up. Somebody called me today and they didn't like what I did, and the boss got upset with me. Just anything that could be blocking your clearness of mind, your positive energy. Okay, the kids are worrying me. So and so said that they were upset with me, whatever it is. The other person that's listening just listens. That's their only job. Just hold the cup, the bucket, whatever it is. Okay. And then vice versa, you switch. Okay. And once everything's in there, chuck it out. Just chuck it out. Okay. And make sure you don't hit anybody that's around you. Next, you want to now open your heart up. So list everything you're grateful for, like I talked about earlier. And don't elaborate, just list it. I have a great husband, I have great kids, I love my car, I'm grateful for my eyesight, I'm grateful for my legs, whatever it is. And the other person just acknowledges what you said. Don't have to, no talking in between this, okay? And you do that one or the other. And then and if you don't have a partner through this, use your journal, write down what you're grateful about. If you don't have a partner for the regurgitation, you can do it yourself. You can just talk into it as if, and then chuck it out yourself. But with the gratitude, you want to write it down if you don't have a partner. And then next, just envision your manifestation coming to pass. Make up a little story in your mind, both of you. Just sit back, give yourself a couple minutes, both of you, to do it, and use the five senses. Like, really think about it. What would, write down to, okay, so the five senses are what? Sight, hearing, tasting. What are they? Sight, hearing, tasting, smell. Okay, I got four. Touch. I almost had to pause and go, what? Okay, sorry about that little mind blurb there. Okay, so in your little story in your mind, add them all in. I mean, you could think, what am I tasting with my manifestation? I don't know. Did you give your partner a kiss and you tasted it salty? Did you have a drink of water and you tasted the water? Are you out to eat and you're eating? Whatever the case may, I got a piece of gum in my mouth. Put it in there if you can't think of anything, and just make up your little story, okay? And then what I want you to do is, and don't take too long doing this. I don't believe that we need to use a lot of time for any of these techniques. So after you've got your little vision, you let each other know you're ready, and then just tell each other the story and put it in story form. So I'm drinking my coffee. There's your taste, and I ran into this old friend and I gave him a hug, and I could feel his arms around me, so add every sense in there and make sure your manifestation's in there. If it's money, I looked on the computer, I could feel the keyboards under me, and what I saw was the money in my bank account. I felt the money as I handed it out, whatever it is. Tell each other the story. And if you do not have a partner, um, most people, if they have a smartphone, they have like a recording device on their phone, or maybe you have like a little recorder. It's even worth it to go buy one if you don't have one, but speak it into that. It doesn't have to be replayed and listened to, but there's something about the universe knowing that that has actually been recorded that's going to boost it. I'm not sure why, but it actually works. I heard this technique from another person, and I tried it, and it worked. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. I would never share something with you that I haven't tried myself. I know that it worked. And then after you do all this, there's one more step. And for that step, all you want to do is, now you both have put it out there, you've recorded it, you've got your gratitude, you're up, your vibration is up. After the gratitude thing, you should be feeling happy. You cleared your mind of the negativity, you've cleared your heart, you know that you're grateful, you're not walking in unforgiveness. Now you've actually recorded your scenario, you've got your little vision, and now both of you, I want you to take that vision and the story that you just told, take each other's. If you're with somebody else, why not use the energy? Energy in numbers is always stronger. If you're by yourself, just take yours and lift it up. Lift it right up there and envision it. I like to bring things, lift it up, and then I always like to bring it down into like an energy ball. So we're holding this scenario. You can see it as like a, living color, like a little video going on or whatever. And it's in this energy ball and you're holding it. And you've got it and you're watching it and feel it. Like, what do you feel like when it's happening? Yeah, this is real. Like, it's real. And like I said, if you're with somebody else, you see them both. You see yours, you see theirs. Yep, it's real. I confirm it. It's real. And then what I want you to do is I want you to say, thank you. Thank you that this is happening right now. And I know that the laws never fail. So I'm so grateful. Thank you. It's done. Throw it up there. Thank you. And now can be tricky for some. This is the part where some people get really, really, they can be trapped into the doubts. They can be trapped into believing that it's not going to work. Just believe that it worked and let it go. Now, if you've asked for something to happen today, something's going to happen today. And one more thing. When you do this, I know that we want so many different things, and maybe you have 15 things that you want to do. Only do one or maybe two, because what's going to happen is if you incorporate all 15 or 10 or 7 in there, they're going to happen. They're going to manifest. But with all of those things going on, they may take a little bit longer. So you get maybe 1 or 2, and then you think, it didn't really accelerate anything. And before you know it, the other stuff is happening, but you've kind of already discounted this. Does that make sense? So just keep it simple, okay? 1 or 2. Doesn't matter what you desire to manifest, as long as you can believe it as a reality, it's going to happen. So if you can believe yourself to be a millionaire and you can really absorb that and truly believe it without any kind of, delays, or that's what you're going to manifest. The reason why people don't manifest really big is because they can't believe it. So maybe if you want to ultimately be a billionaire, you want to start with manifesting double your yearly income to start with, or whatever. Start in something that's believable for you and go from there. The more you see these things happening, the more you're going to find that it works and it's going to happen, and you much more easily manifest. Why do you think we manifest the negative so easily? Because we believe the negative like that. Oh yeah, I'm never going to get ahead. How many times do we believe that one? So we continuously manifest it, right? But we don't even think about it because it's not something we want. Try this and let me know. I tried it and it worked. Happy manifesting, you guys. I really hope that I get some good feedback on this. And I know that throughout the video I kept switching the glasses. I did that for a reason. I want to know which ones look better. Let me know, okay, guys? Either private message or comment. I just thought maybe you're watching me interact, you're watching me normally talk. Tell me which ones look better. I have my own opinion, but I want to know what you guys think. All right, guys, happy manifesting. Talk to you in the next video.